Hello, Mila and I are back. We are going to do an inspiration video. This is just today about self-care, and as a business owner, whether you're an agency business owner or any other type of person looking to run a business, I'm going to talk about some self-care tips today. When it comes to running a home care agency, I had started out, literally working from Starbucks. I founded the company back in 2011. Golden Age Companions, we've generated over $8 million of total revenue. Most of you had heard, my story. So yeah, for those of you that do not know me, my name is Scott McKenzie, and I currently own, operate, and run a home care business called Golden Age Companions, and also I have a company called Home Care Agency Blueprint, which is designed to help you start, scale, and grow your very own home care business. And it is not a franchise. It is designed to help you start your very own home care business. And, the idea around it is, instead of doing a franchise or, kind of like trying to figure out how to run your very own home care agency, this program is literally everything that you need to know in one scoop. It's everything from A to Z, all the way from identifying how to make your name, even like a business plan template. There's incorporation, branding tips, how to hire caregivers, how to do assessments, how to staff cases, how to scale your agency. Everything is in there. So back to the topic of the video today, I just want to talk about the core of self-care. So it's really important. I get that question from people often, is like, how do you do it? How do you do all this stuff? And one of the most important things is I've done a lot of work on myself, the past 7-8 years, different like spiritual development, energy work, things like that, even like exercising and going to the gym and just working on ourselves is really important. And, for example, when it comes down to, say, your thoughts and, your energy throughout the day, it's really having that positive mindset. I know that sounds cliche, but, I'm here to say that when you do have the inspiration to do something, you want to follow your gut and do that. And, they have there's that saying, like, wherever there's a will, there's a way type of thing. And I remember working at Starbucks, like literally think about this, like I was going and making lattes for $8.50 an hour. And here I am thinking about, I want to do my own home care agency business. I mean, that was a huge feat to think about back then. And, at 21 years old too, on top of it, I'm basically like a kid. I hadn't gone into Pepperdine Business School yet. It wasn't something that was on my radar quite yet, but it was there. And so I had the audacity and the commitment, though, to jump in and know that this is what I want to do. I want to do a home care agency, and having that drive of just like remembering my grandmother passing away in that nursing home with, just basically she was over medicated, and that's really why she passed away so quickly. I had that drive to really just care for others in a positive way. And what I kept bringing myself back to is, like, I understand that there's a startup, right, for a home care business. But what I also understood was it's also a service-based business, right? So you're not having to go get, hundreds of thousands of dollars of inventory and capital and all this stuff to start. You don't have a product that you have to sell. You're selling essentially a service. The other thing to think about is, only until you provide service, then you have payroll, which is an expense, but you're also invoicing the client and you're getting money from that. I know I'm making it sound simple, but like that's seriously how I thought about it working from Starbucks. And I knew all I've got to do is just get one client. Like, I remember thinking that, like, I just need to get one client. I could figure out how to hire the caregiver. So I did pay a couple that had owned a home care agency basically $7,500, and they helped, just provide all the information that I needed on how to, run a home care business. And it was literally like hundreds of pages of stuff, and I barely even knew where to start. But they didn't tell you, like, really what scheduling platforms to use. They didn't, tell you how to handle like billing and payroll when it comes up, how to invoice, how to get the right payment processor, none of that stuff. It was just kind of like, here's how to go hire a caregiver and here's how to do the assessments. So that's something that, when I very first started and I got my first client, I really was even more on fire, because then I realized this is a client that I was providing part-time care for. I placed that caregiver, and now I was getting, at that time, I believe I was charging around $23 an hour, and the caregiver was getting paid like $12. So think about that. I was getting basically $10. I mean, even after payroll taxes and insurances, I was still getting like $8, $9 an hour for every hour that caregiver was at that home, and I wasn't having to be there. I was basically going to Starbucks and having to put in my time for $8.50 an hour. And now I had placed pretty much like a 20-hour-a-week caregiver with a family, and now I'm making this almost the same exact money, except I'm not having to go. So that, and then I knew the multiplication of that too, right? So like, then you get 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 clients, and you can't possibly work 5,000 hours a week, right? Like, so as you multiply it, that's how you really build your wealth. So that's something to really like, just, kind of like take in consideration, like when you're really looking at doing this business. I just like to share this, how like the simplicity of my thoughts, and just, if you have a drive and you're looking at getting in this business, it's important to think of these in simple ways. And now, as far as like back to the whole purpose of this video on self-care, I kind of went on a tangent with my story there, but I felt like it was important to share that. But yeah, like with self-care, it's really like, I practice meditation and being sure that I'm in tune with my energy, and when something is kind of provoking me and causing me to feel a certain way, I work through what those emotions are to make sure that I clear that. And like, for example, if I'm upset about something or a situation, I always go inner and see like, okay, what is that is kind of being provoked inside of me that's allowing me to like feel this way? Because, in all reality, we feel a certain way because we feel that way. We're the ones that are making ourselves feel that way. So oftentimes people think that something outside of them is making them, we think like something outside of them is making them feel a certain way. And that's not the case. You're feeling a certain way. Like right now, me holding Mila, and I, love her so much, and she just is like everything. Like I'm looking at her, I'm holding her, but I'm the one generating those feelings to feel that way. Like, I mean, she's that object here, and she's just everything. I love her so much. And also it's the love that I pour into her that she's also giving to me. And so you have that synergy where you feel good. What I was referring to on the example was when there's something that like makes you feel off, or just like you're upset about something, it's really kind of going in and seeing like, what is allowing me to feel this way and what's provoking me. So that's just something that we just curve our mindset. And, this kind of all loops around. Like I always had focused on the energy of like, the positivity of things, making sure that I have my mindset focused on the outcome, envisioning where I want to be. I mean, I remember when I was only at like 3 clients, I was holding that vision of 20 clients. I knew this is where I want to be. 20 clients. I believe it was like 20 clients, and it was 2020. So it was like 20 clients and $20,000 a month. And that was profit. And it was, I'm not kidding, like within about 5 months from holding that vision, I remember I pulled up a gross profit statement on my CRM scheduling platform, and it literally said like $20,423. I probably have the screenshot somewhere on my phone, but I was just kind of like blown away. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. The law of attraction is really just an amazing thing. But overall, like, I just wanted this video to be more about like my story, and then just kind of like a more detailed snapshot of my mindset, because I really want to share the inspiration. I talk to a lot of students, during the day, and I just feel that some people are apprehensive. They're scared to get in this business. And even if home care isn't the business that you want to get into, I still want to share that inspiration. Whatever you're looking to do, if you've been thinking about it for a long time, take that leap of faith and jump into it. I talked to a nurse the other day, and she's literally been doing nursing for like 27 years. And she's like, I've always wanted to start my own home care business. I've taken care of my mom. I know I'd be good at it, but I've just been scared to jump into it. And, with all the information that we provide in Home Care Agency Blueprint, she's now able to start up her own home care agency, and we have the coaching support and everything for her, so she doesn't feel lost if there's a situation that comes up or something that she feels like, I'm not sure if I can do this, or I have a question about this, or how do I navigate that. And so it's inspiring. But yeah, self-care is a real thing. It's so important. Thank God more and more people are onto it nowadays. I remember when I started self-care, I was really adamant about it 8-9 years ago, and it was kind of like this woo-woo thing. Like, people are like, no, like the law of attraction isn't really a thing. And so now, thank God, it's something that a lot of people are talking about now. And it really is holding that vision, that space of what you want to attract, where you want to be. And the key is really, to manifest what you want. It's really holding that space that you're already there and it's already happened. And like, when I go back to that 20 caregiver example, like, I remember driving down to like my little office at the time, and when we just had 3 clients, but I didn't like wake up in the beginning of the day and be like, oh, I only have 3 clients. I stopped doing that. I would say, I have 20 clients. What does it feel like to have 20 clients? And I remember thinking 20 clients, and like, literally I convinced myself that we had 20 clients. Within 6 months, we started attracting different clients from all different areas, and they just like referrals from friends, and maybe a caregiver would send a referral, like all these areas where you'd have no idea that they would come from. And so, I played the other game too. I played the game of like, quote unquote, trying to figure out like, okay, I need to do this, or get in my head about like, how can I advertise more to get clients? Then maybe that doesn't work as well. And then you realize like, it's your energy, and it's the way that you think really has such an important impact on your life and well-being. So yeah, I kind of just want to do a candid video today, and of course bring Mila in it. But if you feel like you're getting value in my videos, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And also, I have my home care agency Blueprint booking link below in the description. If you'd like to book a call with me and talk about starting up your very own home care agency, that is there. So that's kind of, everything that I have to talk about on this video today. The last thing I'll say is just on the self-care side of things, just having a daily routine, making sure that you're getting in good nutrition, and, exercising, and having solid relationships around you, people that really support you and support what you're doing. If you're getting flack on like starting up your own business, oftentimes it's better just to not talk about it. Just go do your thing, go do you type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, just jump in there. Because like, even at 21 years old, believe me, I told very few people about it. I told my dad, and I told, I think, my brother. Like, I don't know, I might have told like 1 or 2 friends. I did not talk about it because I already could feel and like see the resistance I was getting. People at Starbucks were like, there's no way, Scott, you can't do a home care business, like you work at Starbucks. So the couple people I told there, from now what I remember, I didn't get the best feedback. Especially, the funny thing is, my boss was just like literally laughing in my face, like, there's just, because I would start to take time off because I'm like, I'm gonna start scheduling some time off here so I can work on my business. But yeah, what I will say is, years later, when all of a sudden people know like we're a pretty big brand and everything's going well, then all of a sudden people start coming out of the woodworks. They want to know what you're doing, what you're about, and all that. So it's just being sure that you protect yourself too. Alrighty, that's all I have to say, and thanks again for coming to my videos, and I look forward to doing another one and seeing you guys on the next videos. Thanks so much.